welcome to the Cinch SPFL Scottish Football Roundup, bringing you all the best bits from an action-packed weekend of football in the Cinch Championship, League 1 and League 2. Coming up, Brian Graham shines for Thistle on an impressive afternoon at Capello. Late drama at Forth Bank sees Accies drop their first points of the season. And the late show at Ainsley Park sees Steny hand Spartans their first League 2 loss. After last weekend's derby win over Dunfermline, Raith came into this one full of confidence. They threatened early on, with Keith Watson's shot in the area being deflected wide by Charlie Fox. Since joining from Airdrie, Callum Smith has brought pace, energy and quality to the Rovers' attack. He was lurking at the back post on 8 minutes to head home Sam Stanton's inch-perfect cross. A second league goal of the season for Rovers' new star forward. Queen's Park goalkeeper Callum McKenna has been tipped for the very top after his early season displays. He had to be right on his game to deny Jack Hamilton here. The Spiders struggled for momentum in the early going at Starks Park, and the chances of a turnaround were dealt a huge blow in 33 minutes when Will Tizard was shown a straight red card for a pullback on Hamilton. Into the second half, and Raith looked to make the man advantage count when Callum Smith went through, denied though by an excellent stop from McKenna. Despite being a man light, Queen's Park showed plenty of bravery in their second half display. Their efforts rewarded on 64 minutes when, after a rare mistake from Kevin Dabrowski, Jack Turner was able to poke home the game's leveller. A mix-up from the Rovers goalie, and Turner was there to pounce. Rovers looked to re-establish their lead immediately after, when Josh Mullen was played through on goal, but the winger couldn't keep his effort down after McKenna closed the angle. After a positive period from the home side, Queens came right back at them. A long ball into the area, not dealt with by the Rovers' backline, with Rory Payton forcing a great stop from Dabrowski, but the keeper could do nothing to prevent Dom Thomas from poking home on the follow-up. An incredible turnaround from Robin Veldman's side, especially given the circumstances. For the remainder of the match it was one-way traffic, with Rovers desperate to salvage something from the game. Dylan Easton forcing a sublime save from McKenna from point-blank range here. Lewis Vaughan has long been one of Raith's primary sources of goals, and he came up trumps in the 86th minute, the substitute guiding home Liam Dick's flighted cross to level the scores. A late leveller for Ian Murray's side, setting up for what would be a grandstand finish. Not settling for a share of the points, Raith pushed for all three in the dying embers, Keith Watson seeing his header brilliantly blocked before Callum Smith's cutback found Vaughan in the 6-yard box, who slammed home to send Starks Park into delirium. An incredible topsy-turvy game of football, which was the perfect encapsulation of the beauty of the Cinch Championship. 3-2 the final score. Partick Thistle have often struggled at Capello in recent years. Their backline was put under pressure early on from this corner kick, Stuart Bannigan blocking Jack Baird's goal-bound effort on the line. With 2 goals from his first 3 league outings this season, Robbie Muirhead is a player high on confidence. His free kick on 15 minutes crashing beyond Jamie Snedden in the Thistle goal. A thunderous strike from the Morton forward. The Ton would continue to look strong in the early going, Jai Katongo seeing his close-range header well held by Snedden. Thistle grew into the game as the first half wore on and had their first big chance on 39 minutes when Stephen Lawless nipped past Callum Waters and slotted beyond Jamie McDonald for 1-1. Brilliant skill and first-class composure from Lawless. Thistle should have probably been a goal up before the break, Ben Stanway poking Aidan Fitzpatrick's cutback agonisingly wide. Thistle would carry their forward momentum into the start of the second period, Stanway once again looking dangerous, his shot from outside the area going close. Morton have a wealth of aerial threat in their ranks. Dara O'Connor rose highest in the box, but his headed effort went inches over the bar. Jamie McDonald has made some super stops since arriving at Capello. This was the latest, denying a wicked strike from Lawless which was headed for the top corner. More aerial assault would come from Morton, O'Connor once again the man asking questions. In a game of fine margins to this point, it seemed as though the next goal could prove pivotal. Jack McMillan's persistent work off the right saw the ball eventually break in the area, with Brian Graham poking home to put the Jags a goal up. Poacher's instinct from one of the very best in the business. After getting his name on the score sheet, Graham was clearly in the mood for more. McMillan's cross helped on by Scott Robinson, with Graham there once again to apply the vital touch. 6 goals in all competitions already. The experienced forward is ageing like a fine wine. Though things weren't all rosy in the Greenock sunshine for Thistle, on the 77th minute, Harry Milne was given his marching orders for a second bookable offence by referee Graham Granger. Morton looked to apply late pressure when Alex King's cross met the head of Robbie Muirhead, but the forward unable to find the net for a second time of the afternoon. With Morton applying late pressure at one end, space opened up at the other. A long ball over the top sent new signing Tommy Adloy in behind. The forward had bared for company, but checked inside and unleashed a fine strike into the far corner. Cue bedlam in the away end. A stunning goal to cap off the perfect afternoon on the road for the Maryhill Jags. Both sides came into this match on 3 points apiece, looking to kick-start their respective seasons. Ayr started well, Aidan McGeady threatening the Arbroath backline but pulling his shot wide of the mark. McGeady would continue to be Ayr's main goal threat early on, Patrick Redding's smart pass finding the winger in the box, but he couldn't keep his left-footed effort down. Arbroath will have gained plenty confidence from last week's win over Morton. Their first big chance of the afternoon came from Aaron Steele's cutback, which found Jay Bird on the edge of the 6-yard box, with the Englishman helping the ball into the bottom corner. The former MK Dons man off the mark in the Cinch Championship. Buoyed by his opening goal, Bird showed real quality here to shrug off a couple of challenges, but the shot was just too central. Ayr United forward Akeem Rose scored on his debut for the Honest Men in the Viaplay Cup in July, but he couldn't bag his first league goal with this chance, the number 9 poking this cross just over the top. But Rose would get another chance before the break. He made a great run in the area to meet Logan Chalmers' corner and nod home the equaliser. An excellent way to get off the mark in league action. Both sides struggled to create too much in the way of clear-cut chances early in the second period, Mikey McKenna having a crack from outside the box, which was well held by Charlie Albinson. A lot of Arbroath's attacking prominence this season has come from set plays. This corner kick not initially dealt with by the Ayr defence, with Ricky Little feeding Jermaine Hilton, who finished with a flourish from close range. Excellent improvisation and instinctive play from the former Motherwell man. Hilton was at it again late on. He left Roy Silla in his wake before breaking down the left-hand side with pace and purpose. The winger did excellently well to chop the ball onto his favoured right foot, but dragged the shot wide. 2-1 the final score. Dundee United came into Saturday's meeting with Airdrie, aiming to maintain their unbeaten start to the league season. They showed their attacking intent early on, with good work down the right, with the ball being laid off for Matthew Cudjoe in the box, who swept home the opener just 4 minutes in. Cudjoe once again showing why he's one of the SPFL's brightest young talents. United pushed to double their lead as quickly as possible, a corner kick giving the Airdrie defence something to think about, before Louis Moult nodded the ball off the outside of the post. Moult seems to have his confidence back in a Dundee United shirt. He combined with fellow former Motherwell man Liam Grimshaw, but was once again denied by the woodwork. Airdrie would have chances of their own in the first period, Lewis McGregor having a crack from range after some patient build-up, but his shot well held by Jack Walton. McGregor would continue to be a thorn in the side of the United defence. He latched on to a teasing long ball from Aaron Taylor-Sinclair, but couldn't apply the finishing touch from a tight angle. Declan Glass looks like he could be a key component in the United midfield this season. He gave Josh Ray something to think about when he had a goal from an acute angle. United ended the half strong and could have doubled their lead before the interval, Liam Grimshaw sending one goalwards from a corner kick, which was headed off the line by Cammy Ballantyne. Into the second period, and the home side continued to threaten from corners, this one picking out Kevin Holt, who was denied by the upright. Northern Irish teenager Liam McStravick was thrown straight in for his Airdrie debut at Tannadice. He almost made it an unforgettable one, but his shot well saved by Walton. Airdrie continued to apply pressure in search of a leveller. A hanging ball into the box not fully cleared, with Callum Fordyce nudging it goalwards, prevented only by a last-ditch lunge from Declan Gallagher. The Diamonds kept on pushing into added time, but a long United clearance downfield drew goalkeeper Ray out of his area. His touch was misplaced and straight into the path of the on-running Kai Fotheringham, who curled the ball into the empty net from just beyond halfway for 2-0. A cruel blow for Airdrie, but a fabulous piece of skill from Fotheringham. The Terrors keeping all 3 points in the city of discovery. Caley Thistle came into this one in need of a change of form after a tough start to the season. They started on the front foot and were rewarded on 12 minutes when Nathan Shaw's strike crept in beyond Harrison Sharp. 2 goals in 2 games for the Caley Thistle winger. The home side continued to take the game to Dunfermline early on, Charlie Gilmore going close from 20 yards out. More positive play from Caley on 34 minutes. After some promising build-up, the ball broke to Charlie Gilmore once again, but the outcome was a similar one. Things looked to get even better for the Caley Jags before the break. Adam Brooks going through on goal and applying a fine finish, denied though by the assistant referee's flag. The away side came back into proceedings after the break, Michael O'Halloran with some nice touches here, but his shot going past the post. Ben Summers has brought bags of energy to the Pars midfield since arriving on loan from Celtic. He fed O'Halloran, but the winger couldn't hit the target. Caley's search for a second would go on into the late stages of the game. Great work from Keith Bray on the 77th minute, before the substitute's eventual shot was well held by Sharp. New signing Owen Moffat made his first appearance in a Pars shirt off the bench on Saturday. He collected a short corner before dinking a delightful ball into the area, which was helped on by Sam Fisher before Chris Hamilton applied the decisive touch. A first goal of the new campaign for Dunfermline's local hero. And the away side looked to snatch all 3 points late on. Owen Moffat picking up a loose ball before dancing through the Caley defence, his shot though expertly saved by Mark Ridgers. A point apiece in the Highlands. Here's how the Cinch Championship table looks heading into the international break. Dundee United sit top of the table, level on points with Raith Rovers, but with a superior goal difference. Back-to-back wins for Arbroath sees the Lichties jump up to mid-table, while Caley Thistle remain 10th despite picking up their first league point of the season. Accies travel to Stirling aiming to cement their place at the top of the Cinch League 1 table. They almost made a lightning quick start when Kevin O'Hara went close. Accies would keep up the early onslaught through Ewan Henderson, his effort crashing off the post. Lee Kildare has been excellent since rejoining Accies, but much like Henderson, the woodwork denied him at the back post. Blair Curry has been in top form for Stirling. He did well to parry Henderson's shot and had to be sharp to deny Jamie Barjonas on the follow-up. The breakthrough would come for Hamilton on the half-hour mark. Henderson threatening again, this time the former Jambo finding the bottom corner. A first goal in Accies colours for the summer signing. Hamilton kept things in high gear before the break. Henderson the provider this time. He found O'Hara unmarked inside the area, who picked out the bottom corner for 2-0. O'Hara netted twice in Viaplay Cup action in July. This his first league goal for his new club. Stirling would make their mark in the first half. Dale Carrick's hooked cross being helped on, with Josh Cooper there to tap home at the back post. A second goal in 2 games for the Beano's midfielder. Into the second half and Accies were back on the front foot. Kevin O'Hara had the ball in the net once again, denied though by a handball spotted by referee Chris Fordyce. Kieran Moore came off the bench at half-time and made his presence felt. A great run and cross from the winger, which found Kyle Banner lurking to head home the leveller. Terrific wing play for Moore, and Banner was there to do the rest. Having gotten one, O'Hara was keen to add to his tally. He found space in the area, but couldn't apply the finish. Into the 90th minute, and Accies were handed a huge chance when Chris Fordyce pointed to the penalty spot after a coming together between Ross McGeehee and Joe McGlynn. O'Hara stepped up to the plate, but his effort was expertly saved by Curry, who started the season in red-hot form. Accies kept on pushing and almost won it through Conor Murray at the death. Denied once again though by great goalkeeping from Curry. A point apiece at Forth Bank. Falkirk have started the season in imperious form in their own right. They almost took an early lead at Meadowbank when Cal Morrison danced through the City defence, denied though by the post. Alfie Aguiman is a player who seems to be enjoying his football at Falkirk. He broke through on goal, but saw his shot well held by Aidan McAdams. Falkirk kept up the intensity in the early going, Morrison's cross finding Ross McKeever, whose low effort was brilliantly denied by McAdams. It seemed like a matter of when, not if, for the Bairns, and they found the breakthrough on 29 minutes. Aguiman shifting inside, away from the City defence, and curling a beauty beyond McAdams. Goals in successive away matches for the Ghanaian forward. Aguiman went hunting for a second shortly after, but this effort came back off the post. It had been a busy afternoon for City keeper McAdams. He was forced back into action to deny a thumping header from Tom Lang before the break. Falkirk started the second period much like they ended the first. Aidan Nesbitt sliding one through for Morrison, who stayed composed and snuck one in beneath McAdams. Morrison continues to be one of the most dangerous attackers in Cinch League One. The Falkirk winger had a chance to double his tally just moments later. He excellently rounded the keeper, but saw his shot blocked on the line by Lee Hamilton. Despite being under the cosh for large periods of the game, City made some excellent last-ditch saves and blocks. This one coming from Kelsey Ewan to thwart Nesbitt. More full-throttle attacking play from Falkirk and more heroics from McAdams. Brad Spencer's effort heading for the top corner, but denied by another fantastic save. City pushed on late into the game, Jack Wilkie's header going narrowly past the post. Arguably the home side's best chance came at the death. Strong running from Ryan Shanley, with Kieran Offord curling just wide. 2-0 Falkirk, the final score. Montrose made the trip to Dumfries, aiming to pick up their second away win of the league season. Things started well for them all, with Aidan Quinn heading them in front 10 minutes in. The defender bagging his first goal since February 2022. Montrose kept up the pressure in the early stages. Craig Brown latching onto a loose clearance and lashing home for 2-0 after 15 minutes. A second league goal of the season for the midfielder. The second period would see the hosts begin to make their mark in the attacking phase. Lewis Gibson's cross finding Kieran McKechnie, who picked out the bottom corner. The perfect start to the second half for Marvin Bartley's side. Gibson has made himself something of a fan favourite since breaking into the Queen's team. He swung one into the area on the hour mark, with the ball bouncing beyond Cammy Gill in the Mo net. All square at Palmerston with 30 minutes to play. Though it wasn't long before Montrose would threaten once again. Matthias Machado finding time and space in the box to pick out Brown, who slotted home his second of the afternoon. A great pass and a fine finish to complete the brace. Queens pushed hard to level it late on. Gavin Riley's pass finding new signing Jake Hutchinson, whose shot was saved by Cammy Gill. Hutchinson looks like he could add spark to the Queen's front line, but he was denied by the post after a great cross from the left-hand side here. Into added time and more great work from Gibson, tearing down the left-hand side and delivering to Riley, whose shot flew over the top. A massive away win for Montrose.
Plays it back to Hooper. Hooper sends it low through the middle to Tommy Goss. Takes a couple of good touches, gets it wide. And it's just past the post from Josh Dixon there. Docherty skips past Daramola and gets it wide to Gibson. Cuts inside. Through ball through to Lucent. Oh, right across the front of the goals there. Slack there from CJ. Does well though, does well to win it back, and it's a good slip ball through by O'Donnell. 1-on-1, Biabi. Johnson. Oh, it's a penalty, has to be. It's a stone waller. I don't know how Allen can even contemplate complaining. Biabi. And it's a great save by Greg Fleming. Fantastic one-handed save. Goss. Oh, he nods it just wide. No, the ref's not having it. Biabi sends it through. Johnston does well, finds Daramola. Daramola again. Oh. Sends a good ball out to Biabi. Takes a really good first touch. Sends in Craig Johnston. He's 1-on-1. Yes! And it's a goal for Craig Johnston. The first time Kelly's really went fully direct from the back. Oh, gets it away. James Graham. He's got a 1v1 versus O'Weir. Looks to slip in. And again Graham. It goes to the back post and it's a goal for Annan. Aidan Smith. A good breakaway. Tidser loses the ball down the bottom corner and Annan does really well to get up the other side of the park. And Tidser does well to get away. But again here they come. And it's a good ball through. It's a good cross. Kelly are getting away with it here a wee bit, under a bit of pressure.
The Wasps needed a big performance after last week's home defeat. They threatened the Cove goal early on, but couldn't hit the target. Mitch Megginson will be a key player for Cove this season, as he always is. Great work from the forward, but PJ Morrison equal to the shot. Connor Salmon is always a threat for Alloa. Cove keeper Nick Suman with a great save to deny the Irishman. The next big chance for the Wasps would come on 33 minutes. The ball breaking to Salmon from a corner kick routine, with the forward slotting home the opener this time. At 36 years old, Salmon is showing no signs of slowing down. Fresh off the back of scoring a cracker last week, Tyler Makita tried his luck for Cove and forced a save from Morrison before half-time. The second half saw Alloa push hard to double their lead. Stefan Skugel latching onto a cutback, his shot well saved by Suman. Megginson is a player who can score goals from almost anywhere, but his effort from distance whistled past the post of Morrison. Cove would throw everything at it late on. A great ball into the area, with Ramon Burrell unable to keep his header down. 1-0 Alloa at the Rex. Let's look at the Cinch League 1 table after matchday 5. Falkirk's win in the capital sees them move above Hamilton Accies on goal difference. Wins for Alloa and Montrose sees them both move on to 6 points each, while Edinburgh City sit 10th, yet to register a point in the new campaign.
With Cameron, that one's taking a deflection. It's Dingwall. Still Dingwall. Just to get the shot off. Some good work there from the Elgin wide men. Here's Dingwall. And Paddy Martin was just waiting to receive the ball at the front post. Curry drives that one low. Martinuk's gone down and it's a penalty for Borderigg Rose. They tried something different for that one, maybe something straight off the training ground. Neil Martinuk scored last week from the spot. It's been lethal from the spot so far this season, and he's not going to let that record go here today. He sends the keeper the wrong way. Curry's delivery. Gregor up with a header, and Gregor with the second. And you can see how much that one means to have wheels away in celebration. Strolling through the other park. Here's Peggy lining one up. And what a finish from Reece Peggy. He rifled that one into the bottom right corner. Ossadollar closing down and the defenders have stalled. And Ossadollar makes it 4. Calamity at the back. McEwen does well to find Dingwall in the box, doesn't get it under control, but he will win a penalty for the Black and Whites. It will surely be all but a consolation goal here, but we'll get rid of Rose's clean sheet. And it's straight down the middle from Dingwall. And the fans behind the goal have travelled all the way down, will have something to cheer. Here's Murray. And there it's a penalty for Borderigg Rose. Xander Murray went over in the box. Does Neil Martinuk have the answer from the spot again? Of course he does. McHale went closer that time, but Neil Martinuk was always going to convert from the spot to cap off a 5-star performance from Borderigg Rose.
Comes out with the ball, does well to come out with the ball. McCarthy plays it left to Ward. Ward on McIntosh, gets a shot away. I don't think it was deliberate, mind you, but
nice.
Oh,
he's on
he's
side.
on, or
I hate
to
to see that
Walker.
again.
And he hit it straight at the keeper, Ginger McDonald.
Rob was still up here.
Yeah. And that nice header on McGovern. Can
again.
Robertson keep it in? He does.
Must be.
And it's in!
Yes!
Tamor!
Tamor!
25 minutes, Brian. Across to Williamson.
Oh,
Now that's a decent ball for Fleming to chase to. And
Yes,
Fleming pokes it home.
two!
And it's 2-0 from there. Kyle Fleming. Dolan trying to get an opening. Here's Williamson. He lifts it in. Or gets a shot away. Oh, and it's deflected clear.
Take him on, son.
Dolan beats Scott. Keeps it in. And a great save by McKenzie.
It actually keeps him in.
Oh, picks his way across the park. He's still in possession. He's going through. He's still there. And he's so close to burying that. That was a lovely run through the middle.
Oh, there you
Now
go.
Tamor is in.
He's away.
He just needs to keep the head here. Josh Walker gets the rebound. And he's unlucky.
Yeah.
Peterhead corner.
It's always pretty dangerous when you change the defence.
Ooh, and that flashed across.
Wasn't watching that.
No, absolutely not. Dolan's
brilliant.
away. He's got
Darren,
Darren Lang in the middle.
Darren,
It's a poor ball.
behind you.
McDonald is a shot.
It's a
And
push,
sends it
actually.
just wide.
It's a push.
Craig Ross
Oh, hey, take this long.
should clear that, and it's a terrible pass back from Ross. And thank you very much, says Jason Brown. That's woeful from Craig Ross. Gifts Peterhead a goal.
Spartans came into this one still unbeaten in League 2. August Player of the Month, Jamie Dishington, tried his luck early on, but couldn't find a way through. Stenny's first big chance of the half came when Adam Brown leapt up at the back post. His header deflected behind for a corner. Matty Aitken, the next Warrior to go close, his powerful header sailing over the top. Not a player famous for his goals, Ross Meekin hit a spectacular effort before the break, denied by a top save from Blair Carswell. Ross Taylor is still awaiting his first Stenny goal. He stung the palms of Carswell with this cracking effort. Warriors defender Nicky Jamieson was shown a yellow card for this collision with Cammy Russell on the hour mark. And things would go from bad to worse for the Stenny defender, shown a second yellow and subsequent red for this challenge just 3 minutes later. Spartans would look to mount a charge late on. Russell's low effort well stopped by Darren Jamieson. Blair Henderson is yet to find the net on his League 2 return. He was well thwarted by Gregor Buchanan late on. And the sucker punch would come deep into added time. Kinley Billam's free kick finding James Berry, who tapped home at the near post. Sheer jubilation from the Stenny bench. A first Warriors goal for Berry and a massive win on the road.
Taken quickly out towards Healy, who struggles to keep that ball in. He just keeps it in. He'll do well he does well. Chance to get the ball across the face of goal. Might break for his 5. Troughton off the post. Goes for it. Fleming gets a good hand on it. Here's Healy. Healy getting beyond his man. Oh, just plays it to Healy. Healy drags the ball, lays it off. Troughton goes for it, but it's too close to the goalkeeper. Austin, bad throw out from Brett Long. And again, it's straight at the goalkeeper from McManus. Up was Page. Easton has work to do here as Finlay Gray gets by his man. It's a decent ball. Chance for Dumbarton. And Fleming. Ross McLean it was with the pass. Forward by Shields. East Fife have a bit of defending to do here. Here's Jonathan Page up in the air. There's the ball forward for one of the substitutes, Michael Ruth. Left back to Ryan Wallace. Scooped in the header. It's a goal. It's a goal. Dumbarton score. It looked unlikely, but it's happened.
Ball comes in, and DT up there, and that's a chance for forfeit. Ross into Moore, who has time and space to shoot. He had all the time in the world. Moore, he turned round, McCall is out and Clyde could be away here. Cameron plays it out to Stevenson. Big chance for Stevenson. Cuddy, he's on the overlap. Stevenson! Rossline up against Moore. Turns inside. Rossline hits it. Now can they make the right pass? It's Jai Stevenson. Cameron on the left. That's where it goes. Cameron's beat the offside trap. Ewan Cameron bearing down on goal. Cameron! Big save by McCallum. But now down the other end it's forfeit. Skelly beats Sula. Josh Skelly, big save by Jack Layfield. Looks to be a good ball in. Oh, and it's a big save. It was Layfield long up for Forbes, who flicks it on. Big chance for Clyde. Jai Stevenson. Oh, big save by McCallum. That was it for Clyde. Comes to Forbes. Oh, big save by McCallum.
Now for a look at the Cinch League 2 table. Bonnyrigg Rose go top after their big win over Elgin, with Dumbarton and Stranraer hot on their tails. Stenhouse Muir's win at Ainsley Park sees them leapfrog Spartans into 4th, while Clyde, Elgin and East Fife are on 2 points apiece, with each side yet to taste victory in league action.